So in this video, we're going to create a campaign together, and not just one campaign, many different campaigns, all the different styles. I'm going to explain to you step by step all the different things that you need to know over here. It's going to be a huge video, so take your notebook, start noting and stuff, but this is most likely a video that you're going to come again and again and again. I need to point out that the interface is changing from time to time, and I'm going to show you, for example, in the last minutes of the video, another interface and how it has changed and what you need to do in order for you to work there. But the same point, it's going to be the same for every other account. Keep in mind that if things are going to change so much, I'm going to just create another video from the beginning. The first thing that we want to do over here, and I'm going to do other things for the column and stuff, but now for this video I would like to create campaigns. So the first thing is that we press create over here, and this is the area that we can see the campaigns. Awareness, traffic. Okay, as you can see in the awareness, you can do rich campaigns. If for any reason you want to control let's do one just to show you some things. You know my opinion about awareness and traffic campaigns. We don't need them because of the junk traffic that they have. These are things that we have analyzed in previous chapters. But here I want to show you something that if for some reason there is something that's bothering you in the frequency, for example, let's say, for example, just one time that I used it for this reason, because again, there is not good or bad campaigns, there is only campaigns and the way that you were using them. Let's say that you have in a local area, you wanna show to as many people as you want, as you can, just for an exhibition that you're going to be there. Or for a new theater movie, for example, and you want to show it to as many people as you want. Here is the type of campaign that you need, okay? Because you can run, or as you can see over here, you can have 2 times every 7 days. So each individual person is going to see it 2 times every 7 days and not more than that. You can put, of course, once or 3 or whatever. And this is the way that you can actually set the frequency over here. But we don't do any of these kind of things in e-commerce and stuff. I'm just explaining to you that there are specific cases that you can use this kind of tools, like for example advertising something in an area that you want to see, you want many eyes to see it just for once, and maybe they're going to buy the ticket to see a theater movie, for example, and all of that, or a circus, for example, coming to your city. I don't know if this is still a thing, but in Greece back in the day we used to have circuses. I remember the Circus Medrano, for example, coming to our city. And do you know actually the advertisement that they were doing? They were taking the elephant and they were going through the city. And because as a child I was seeing the elephant, I was saying, Mom, here, there's an elephant here. And then my mom had to take me to the circus to see the elephant up front. So this was their ad, basically. The elephant was their rich ad so that people can see it. And they will go to see the elephant and the tricks that they do and stuff. Of course, now we live in an era that all of these things are considered bad and everything. But yes, when I was younger, I used to go into circuses to see the tigers and all of that. So this is a type of campaign that you can do over here, as you can see. Let's create another. Now let's go here. And let's create another. I'm going to create a mess to this account like this, but it's okay. So we have the reach, we have the brand awareness. Brand awareness is when you wanna, do ads so that people can learn about your brand. Don't do it, you don't need it. These are ads that big companies like Coca-Cola and stuff are doing, and you don't need it. Of course, meta reps are going to come and they're going to try to convince you that you should run this type of campaigns. You should not do it, because at the end of the day, I have to tell you that nobody knows you and this is not going to change. What you need to do is build customers by having sales. And we have done a video explaining why traffic ads over here, which is for link clicks, landing page views and stuff, and awareness for brand awareness and stuff, they're not good because they're full of junk traffic. Meta makes you think that you're getting brand awareness, but you're not. Basically, they show you to the people that they're not buying, and they cannot utilize another way. Of course, meta reps are going to come and tell you, yeah, put an extra budget there, because it's extra money for them, okay? In the same way that we optimized the placements. Now, we have video views. This is something that we used to use a lot back in the day, and we were having video views which was actually you're taking an ad, You're putting a video view ad, you're running it, you're boosting how many people are going to see your video, and then what you can do is that you can go and you can do a lookalike of the people that they have seen 95% of it. In theory, it sounds correct, but basically it says that the people, okay, I'm boosting it for video views, but if the people that they have seen it all, if some people have seen it all, that means that they liked it. Well, it doesn't go like this. Let me tell you, that it doesn't work anymore like this. Back in the day, it was working. You could do it and do a lookalike. But of course, after iOS and stuff and all the changes, this is not working anymore. It's just going to be junk traffic. And from junk traffic, you're going to create a junk lookalike audience. Then we have the store location awareness, which is for local businesses and stuff. I have run this kind of things for local businesses. Let's say, for example, a Gyros place, okay? You can run this kind of ads. They're pretty good. Not a lot of money, just $5 per day, something like that. We're talking for these kind of numbers. Now, traffic. We had a whole video explaining why you should not do traffic ads, optimizing for link clicks, landing page view, because they're going to be junk traffic. We have, of course, the Instagram profile visits. This is something that you can use if you want to increase a little bit your following, and you can do it like this. If you're seeing that you're having a problem with your ads to get likes, comments, and all of that, and you're not getting followers, this is another way for you to do it. The next thing is Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, and calls. I have never done this kind of ads. Then we have engagement. Again, we have video views, which is the same as the awareness. We have the post engagement, which is not only for videos. So the video views is focusing on getting as many views, not necessarily 100% view through, but views. And the post engagement is doing all of it. So it's trying to get you clicks, likes, comments on the video and all of that. So another thing that people do is that they take an ad, they do post engagement ads to it so that it can be a viral video or whatever, has likes, comments and stuff, and then advertise with it, okay? Let me tell you that you don't need that, because the best engagement that you can have in an ad is from people that are actually buying or being interested through sales campaigns. These are the best post ideas that I have ever seen, and not this kind of... In other ways, if you try to cut corners, it's not going to work, because Facebook is more... It's clever, okay? It knows that it's going to send you junk traffic to do the post engagement. Then we have conversions, which is get people to view content your business wish list or whatever. And we have calls, we don't use those. Lead generation. Lead generation is something that we are using a lot. Of course, if you're doing lead ads, and in lead generation, you can use either... Over here, you can have conversions, and you can have an event from your Pixel API that you have into your store. Maybe it's going to be a complete registration. Maybe it's going to be something else, you know. You're having this kind of event there, and then it's like a conversion campaign, like a sales campaign, conversion campaign, but for leads. Instead of using the purchase event, you're going to use a lead event. It's going to be called lead. It's going to be called complete registration, whatever it's going to be called. This is the area that you're going to use it. If you have an event like this and you're trying to find it on sales, you won't be able to find it. Back in the day, we used to have conversion campaign, which was both. So in the conversion campaign, you were having, you see, it says conversions. It was saying here conversion, by the way, and you could do either lead or purchase. You could just change the event that you were going to use with the pixel there. Now they have made it different. So the leads are here, and you have to do a conversion over here with a specific event if you send people to a website, or you can do instant forms, which is sending people to a form to complete. We're going to do on the second part of this video lead campaign, so that I can show you the settings. But for sure, don't skip it, because all the basic settings until we go on the ad level are going to be the same. And of course, the conversion lead is exactly the same. App promotion, it's app installs and app events. Extremely difficult ads. They have several different settings that you have to put, but we're not going to focus on those. Again, things that we're going to say apply also here in terms of how you are going to do ads here, but I'm not having a heavy experience to app promotion. I have done for several businesses, but nothing crazy as I have done with e-commerce. So then we have sales conversion, of course, that you're going for conversion ads and you are trying to get purchases. Here you can optimize also for add to carts, initiate checkout or whatever, but we said that we don't do that because Facebook knows extremely well who to target to give us purchases. Even on untrained pixels, we have better chances. Then we have catalog sales that we're doing only for catalog, and then we have this other two that we don't care about. So we're going to go to the sales over here, creating this campaign, and we start immediately by seeing Advantage Plus shopping campaign or manual sales campaign. We're going to go on the second part, on the second part of this video, we will go for the leads. On the second part of this, we'll go for the Advanced Plus shopping. As I said, it's going to be a very big video. We have the manual setup, which is going to help me explain to you all of the different settings and how it's working. This is another type of campaign that, of course, we do analyzed earlier, and we said what it is on the chapter that we were analyzing what is CBO and what is this, the ASC. And we have, of course, after this chapter, a lot of Flume videos on optimizing CBOs and this kind of campaign. Let's continue. Now, this is a typical setup. As you can see, we're having a campaign, an ad set, and an ad. After that, we can just start duplicating and do things, but for sure, this is how it looks. So now we're on the campaign level, as you can see, and the way that this is up to you on how you're going to write, but just keep in mind that if you now have 1 or 2 campaigns or 3 campaigns, eventually you might end up having 50 or 100 or 300 campaigns. So it's up to you how you're going to write it. The way that I like to write is, for example, here we're going to do CBO, for example, CBO or ABO, whatever it is. And then I will put this and I will say crazy method, for example, crazy method, stacked lookalikes. Let's say that we do a 5% stacked lookalikes. Oh, no, let's say that we do 10% stacked lookalikes. And here I might have, if it's another country, it depends on what you have. Stack relay USA, for example, if you're doing also other countries and stuff. And we're going to say something about the creatives. Let's say videos batch January 25. Okay, something like this. This is how a campaign of mine, for example, it might look, you know, and just to be able to understand what we have. I want to know if it's CBO, so that if I go to budget, to be able to change this, to understand if it's lookalikes, so that I will know based on CPM. Understand immediately which campaign is this, so that I can be able to remember it. Okay, so this is the area that you're writing, and you can write it in whichever way you want, but this is how I do it. Okay, now special ad categories, very important, and we need to talk about this. Now, the special ad categories, as you can see, is I have a very nice example here. At some point, I was trying to hire video editors here, and I was thinking of doing an employment. So I was doing an employment campaign, and because I always like to hire for video editing women, okay? Because I think that they're better on this job, and because I'm working better with them, it doesn't matter. But for the ads, for example, I like to work with men. It's personal preference. But apparently this is not okay for Meta, because you have to target men also, for example, for a job, because it's discrimination. Perfect. And I was thinking, let's say, for example, that I have a strip club. Okay, and I want to hire dancers, for example, okay? Should I also target hairy men which are 50 years old, asking them to come to work for me as strippers, for example? You know, I'm not getting this kind of discrimination thing, you know, I don't understand it. So this is all the rules from Meta about discrimination and stuff, that in employment you have to target all the people and all of that. So these are the special categories that you should not exclude people. Basically, it's a way for you to start running ads in a broader audience, so that you're not going to be able, just like me, for example, to target only women for a job offer. So here we have financial products and services, which is mostly goes under credit. So ads for credit cards, long-term financial checking and savings account, investment services, insurance services, or other related financial opportunities. In other words, they want you also to target broke people for credit, while the people that they give credit, they want to target only people that they're going to be able to pay them. But it's discrimination if you don't do that. Then we're having employment, which is what I explained. It's when you're posting for a job, you have to target all the people. It won't let you target only women, for example. Housing, this is coming from the old era from United States discrimination, that they said that because they were not giving houses to the black people, basically there was a problem with that, and that people were not able to buy houses, so the black people were left behind, and the white people are having better houses right now and more money and all of that. So I think this is coming from there. And then we have, of course, election and politics, that you need a special permission. I have done it once, it's a nightmare, to do ads with political thing close to elections or whatever. For the financial, for example, a lot of times if you're selling, for example, a course about trading, the thing that is going to happen is that sometimes it's going to put you under this category, but you should try to avoid it, okay? Because it's going to limit you. So we are using, in other words, these special categories only and only if we have to. For example, what I have done is that in the case that I was doing for the employment job, I just didn't do this special category, but I just did a broad targeting so that it will not bother me with a special category. The thing about it, so I started targeting also men. And then after one day I closed it because this is not what I wanted. Anyway, the thing is this. With employment, for example, they are going to try to force you to target all the ages. So it's like I want, for example, a video editor which is 55 years old. Is it possible? It's not possible. This is the special category and this is how it's working. I would strongly suggest you to just use it only and only if you have to, and it's it's limiting you and you cannot do otherwise. Because even if you use it now and then you change to something else, eventually you're not going to be able to go back and your ad account is going to be categorized as a special category ad account, which is not good, because it's going to limit you to the people that you can reach. Also, you cannot do specific targeting. Some interests are not available to you and so on. So this is just for specific cases. Elections is something that I have done in the past with some people wanted to find votes and stuff. And it's taking a lot of time. You need a special permission. Housing, for example, I have seen a lot of real estate doing ads without falling under the housing category, and this is what everybody's trying to do, not fall under these categories because they're going to limit you a lot. So we analyze what is this. Let's go to campaign details. Over here we're having auction and reservation. Okay, we are always using auction. If you ask me what is reservation, I have no idea, and to be honest with you, nobody has ever explained it to me in a very good way from Meta, but I have never seen any strategy or anyone just using it. Basically, the way that it's working with Meta is that they say that right now, for example, we're seeing ads and there are so many people running ads, so it's like an auction, okay? It says that Konstantinos, right now, it says I'm giving $20. Another advertiser with his ads says I'm giving 30. And based on how they target, their CPMs, their ad accounts, and all of that, somebody is winning the auction against another and so on. So the auction type is the one that we're using, and we're having also the bidding that we're using it more and so on. But the reservation, I have never seen anything explaining what is the reservation basically and how it works, but it doesn't matter because we always use the auction over here. Okay, I couldn't hold it, I googled it. So it says, with reservation buying, your frequency cap defaults. It's not buying, it's bidding in our case, but anyway, let's see. It says that with reservation buying, your frequency cap defaults to 2 impressions every 7 days. Meaning that individual will see your ad a maximum of 2 times every 7 days. So it's like rich ads. You can just adjust your frequency cap with reservation buying so that you are delivering as many or as few impressions as you like. Okay, so we get an idea of what it is. I'm guessing it's like a rich campaign, but we're always using auction over here, so it doesn't matter. So objective here, it's going to change also this. I want you to press in, especially if you're working initially with Facebook ads and you're not experienced, I want you to check all the buttons, just press show more and stuff, just try to expand it because Meta is really spooky and it's trying to hide things. Catalog is something that we're going to look later. Be careful because the moment you're going to create a campaign, this is going to be turned on by default. Now, a little bit to talk about the Advanced Plus and this here. This means that when you see it, that, let me hover, it's Advanced Plus. Create more opportunities to maximize performance with AI. So everything that has the name Advanced Plus, basically it's having inside AI technology that is going to help you do better and all of that. So we have Advanced Plus catalogs, we have Advanced Plus campaign budget. Now, this is what we call the older people like me, CBO. This is what you see as CBO. CBO means campaign budget optimization, means that my budget is set on the campaign level. You see these three levels, the campaign level, we set the budget there. So we have CBO, this is how we call them, and ABO, it's ad set budget optimization. We were setting the budget on the ad set level. Each ad set was having its own budget. In the CBO, we have the budget on the campaign level and it goes to the different ad sets as we have explained. So for the purpose of this testing video, I'm going to show you how the CBO is being structured, and the ABO is just the style that we're going to see on the ASC campaign. Over here, we're having this advanced campaign budget, as you can see, and we can put the budget that we want to have. We have daily and limited budget. Let's discuss a little bit about that. The daily budget is the budget that we have on a daily level, and we're going to put a budget just like, for example, over here, we can put $500. And we have discussed already what kind of budget you're putting, how you distribute it between the assets and stuff. CBO optimization is something that we are going to see a lot in the next Loom videos for the Chosen 5 program, or for the from the Chosen 5 program videos, or from the optimization Loom videos. And basically the daily budget means that every day, as we explained when we were talking why you should start your ads at 6 a.m., the budgets are resetting. So this is the budget that's going to spend every day. Look what it says here. You'll spend an average of $500 per day. Your maximum daily spend can be up to $875. Sometimes you are going to your ads and you're seeing that they have spent a lot. The reason is that Facebook has this ability to spend more or less. It doesn't mean that it's going to spend it when you're profitable in a day. This is another discussion, but it means that it's not going to spend more than this budget in the 7 days period. So it's going to be 3,500, because 7 times multiplied by 5, this is what we get. So over here, we do have this, which is the daily budget. What is the lifetime budget? So over here, where we're having the lifetime budget, that means that you're going to use this 350 for a period of time. And if you go inside here on the assets, you're going to see that it has a start and end date. You cannot do it otherwise. Of course, you can start with a lifetime budget, and you can, decrease or you can increase the spend as the time passes by and prolong the period. Okay, you can do these kind of things. When are we using lifetime budgets? We're using into specific situations, like if you want to spend a specific budget for a specific period. But most of the times, the way that we're using the lifetime budget is when we want to run ads with a specific scheduling for specific hours, like call centers, for example, are using this kind of option several times. For sure, we don't use it in our e-commerce stuff. I'm going to show you in the ABO later how we are running with lifetime budget and different things. So we continue with CBO for now, and we're going to come here and we're going to see highest or lower volume, cost per goal, ROAS goal, other option bid cap. Okay, so this is the bid caps and the cost caps. You can do bid caps and cost caps also on this level. By default, we have highest volume or value, so it's trying to get as many sales as it can, or it's going to try to get the best result. Cost per goal is one thing that we can have over here, and you're going to see that it's going to appear here. So here we're trying to say that I'm gonna play with bid caps and cost caps, but I'm doing it on the CBO level. Okay, then we're having another one, which is the ROAS goal, which is basically, if we go here again on the asset level, you will see that we're trying to hit a ROAS goal. We say, for example, that we want 2 ROAS. I strongly suggest you not to play with these kind of things, because we will explain them in other chapters, and I will explain them a little bit more on ABO. And then we have also the bid cap, which is another thing also. You're doing a bid over here in the bid control, as you can see, for the different ones. For now, we're going to stick only to the highest volume over here just to continue, and then I'm going to show you in the ABO also bid caps. What else do we have here? We have the option over here, as you can see, to do budget scheduling. Okay, so we can do budget scheduling and we can put budget on different periods, for example, that we want to spend. Let's see what is budget scheduling. What it says, you can increase your budget during specific days and times based on when you anticipate peak demand. Okay, so a lot of times there are people that they're going to run, for example, one campaign, and maybe they're going to increase the budget more during the prime hours, for example. Okay, these are things that they are opening the Pandora's box. Okay, you can try to see and experiment with these kind of things if you want. That's why I'm explaining to them. Sooner or later, if you don't just let Facebook a little bit loose and you just try to constrain it a lot with all of these settings, it's going to backfire on you. But for sure, it's an interesting thing if you use it for specific situations. I'm not even going to use it on Black Friday, because on Black Friday I'm going to come and I'm going to increase manually the budgets wherever I want to increase the budgets. So this is what it does. You can come here, put other periods and stuff, and you can put how much you can increase. You can increase with a percentage, or you can increase with a specific amount. It's going to calculate here and all of that. So it's up to you how you are going to do it. So more options, of course. Okay, so run ads all the time. This is another ad scheduling that you're going to be able to have only if you do lifetime budget. You can come here and you can click this one on a schedule, and then if you come here on the ad, again, you're going to be able to do something like this that we're going to talk and analyze more on the ABO ad set, so that you can be able to see it there better. Now, again, we are doing, because of lifetime budget, you can put, as I said, for specific hours of the day. You can even skip weekends, which is something that a lot of people are asking. It's not really efficient, but still, I have to show you how it is. A/B test. A/B test is a tool that basically says that it's using two different, it says to help you improve at performance, test versions, different images, text audiences, and you should do it with A/B test. A/B test is something that I used to use a lot. I don't use it anymore, because my ultimate goal in an ad account is to find a setting and a structure of campaign that it's actually working. And when I'm going to find that, I'm going to use it again and again and again with other creatives, or using my best creatives to find the one variable rule, basically, that we did explain into the previous chapters. So I'm not going to use an A/B test. I'm going to just do my tests into something with the one variable rule immediately. This one, we have the reporting, basically, which is the engaged audience and the existing customers, which I'm going to show you. They are here on the advertisement settings, and we're going to see this on another video. Let's come here. Again, on the ad set name, I like to use something like, let's say, over here we're having, for example, stacked, based on what we said, stacked LLA, 10% USA, for example. This is what I'm just going to write, because I don't care so much. But if I have a campaign which is a CBO and I'm having inside here different ad sets, then I'm going to name this one, for example, as interests, what else? Cut, for example, cut. This is only for women, for example, 35 to 50, USA. For example, I'm going to try to explain what kind of targeting I'm having inside here on my ad set, and this is how I'm going to write it. Now, if it's a crazy method, it's going to be the same many times, okay? So, over here, let's start explaining what do we have. First of all, we see over here that it says estimated daily results. I want you to, whatever it is estimated, I want you to just disregard it and don't look at it, because it's coming from modeling or whatever, and you should not look at it. So it says that, for example, if you increase your budget 5 times, you will get 5 times more results sometimes. These are not accurate things, just ignore them. The estimated audience size is something that I like to see, because I like to go to broader audiences and I'm checking it. But other than that, things that they are being like this one, it says select website and shop and stuff. I'm just ignoring them and I'm going based on what I know from the campaigns from my experience. Over here, by the way, you can create a template, which is going to be exactly the same thing all the time so that you can use it in multiple campaigns. I just like to work in all of my ad accounts and in all of the campaigns, doing things all over again so that I can check all the settings, because from time to time they're putting new settings and stuff and I want to be really informed about those. As we said, our campaign is the style that we use. If it's going to be sales, leads, awareness, and it's also our budget going there if we do CBO campaign or Advantage Plus budget campaign as we call it. Yeah, these are the two things that we are seeing on the campaign level. On the ad set level, what we are seeing and what we can control is actually a lot of things like what kind of event we're going to have, placements, targeting. If it's ABO, we can do the budgeting and we can do when the ads are going to start and all of that. So basically the ad set is the heart. As I said, this is where the optimization continues to happen. The hot pocket is being formed on the ad level, but the continuation of the optimization continues here, finding more and more people to feed the hot pocket. So over here, we are having, as you can see, conversion location. And here we're deciding that we're going to send people to the website and shop. Let me explain to you what is website and shop. First of all, if you're not in the United States, this is not going to influence you at all. You should not even see it or use it. After iOS, we had Meta coming and saying that they are going to create shops. Meta shops or Instagram shops, you might know them, you might have seen them, that you can buy immediately within the app, instead of or in the browser over here, but most of the time it's happening on the app. Just so you know, by the way, on the ads, if you break down the results, except if we're talking for specific categories like people doing Facebook ads, for example, which could be one of these categories, 90% of the sales is from mobile, if you see. Over here, we're having the website and shop. The shop is basically when you're having a shop in Instagram or Meta, integrated basically from your website. You don't build it all over again. It's integrated from there, taking the information for everything. And it's the try from Meta to try to keep data within the platform, because when people are leaving and they go to buy from the shop, from the website, maybe they're going to lose their data. So what is happening here with the shop is that they're giving you the option to actually don't go to the website of the person that is advertising, but just complete your order here since you have seen the product and you know what you want and you like it. They are effective. I don't know if you remember on the crazy method, I showed you one campaign which was having a lot of spend. This is the beta that they were doing at that point 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember. That they give us so much money so that we can keep training the algorithm to understand how to sell on the shops. And this is the option that we have now only in the United States, which is website and shop. It's going to send some people to the shop, some people to the website, and it's going to have better results. It's working. It's working pretty well. Back in the day, it wasn't working, as you have seen in this campaign, but they spend money and they make it work because they want to keep the data in the platform, as I said. If you don't have this option, if you haven't optimized your shop and all of that, you have to do some things over there. If you don't want to do it because they're holding some money for the transaction and stuff, just do only website, I guess. But just if you want to know, website and shop is working pretty well. So website is the option that we're using in most cases here for the sales campaign. And we have apps, website and app, messaging app and calls. We're not using any of those unless if there's an exceptional case, but you don't need these kind of cases now. Here, what do we have? We have maximize number of conversions, maximize value of conversions, and we have some other things. Let's start talking a little bit about them. I have made a video which I posted and I showed you that if you have AOV fluctuations, maybe it's good to use also value of conversions. Over here we're having the first option, which is give me as many sales as you can. The second option is give me higher AOV orders, basically because I want to have better ROAS. If you don't have fluctuation and people are not buying one stuff or several stuff into your store and you don't have fluctuations in the AOV, you should not use the value optimization over here. If you're just selling, for example, just one item as I explained in the video, there's no reason for you to do it. Just go for the maximum number of conversions and try to do it like this. But if you see this fluctuation in AOV, maybe it's good for you to have also some value optimization. Basically, if you click on it, it's going to be like this. You have nothing else to do. You just pick your pixel all over again. And we're going to pick again the purchase event. Okay, so this is how it's going to look, okay? It's going to have this ROAS thing and stuff. This is value optimization. So now we're optimizing for value. We're trying to get as many high AOV orders as we can. If we optimize for this one, we're trying to get the biggest volume that we can, okay? We try to get as many sales as we can over here. So it depends on what you want to do. I'm telling you that even if you do it on CBO, ABO, or ASC, it's working pretty well. And you need to do it in a healthy ratio. Don't do more than 20 or 30% of your campaigns optimizing for value. Also, I have seen a lot of times that when I have campaigns that they start with high AOV, they continue with high AOV, and Meta is very good on understanding this. We know that the pixel is holding data for people that they spend more or less, because if you have a new pixel, you cannot use this kind of stuff. That's what you need to use. Now, most of the times we're using this option. It doesn't hurt you to use also this to test if you can get bigger AOV. If you have a higher AOV, you will get better ROAS for these campaigns, and maybe it's going to help you. Now, we're using over here on the dataset, we're picking the correct pixel, and on the events, of course, even if we have many events, we're just picking purchase over here. As we said, we don't want to optimize for add to cart, initiate checkout, view content, all of that. We don't optimize for that because there is nobody there to convert. There are some specific situations that you can do it, and it's always on smaller countries, because even if you optimize for add to cart, for example, let's say in Switzerland, which is a very small country, I'm not going to do it anyway, but I have seen another account or two working like this, because even there, yes, they're having a lot of people to add to cart, but they're also people inside these audiences that they also purchase, because they are smaller audiences. In bigger audiences like United States, if you just put add to cart optimization, it's going to give you only people with add to cart and initiate checkout and nothing else. So there's no point for you to just go and try to optimize like this by thinking that if I put more people to my add to carts, then my conversion rate is going to give you more purchases. Your conversion rate is going to drop because you are targeting less people. And Facebook is more than capable of understanding who has added to cart only, or who is doing purchases, or who is initiating checkout always. Okay, so don't do this kind of stuff. It's not going to help you, and you're just going to feel like you're trying to cheat. But it's not. Facebook is better than you on that. Okay, not that I'm calling them cheaters, but they have the platform. You understand what I mean. So we have this one. Always we click on show more, and we have one important thing that I want to show you here. It's called attribution setting. I have done a whole chapter explaining what is attribution setting, how it went from attribution model and conversion window to attribution setting, and what we are using over here. As you can see over here, we're having also the engaged view for video only and stuff, which is none or 1 day. I'm just putting one here because, as I said in the previous videos in the theory, I want more and more and more data to come in. So this is why I'm using in my attribution setting 7 days click, 1 day, 1 day. We have explained what is it. Just a small run through here. If you don't remember, back in the day before iOS, we used to have attribution model. It was 28 days. Then it became 7 days, and we had also conversion window, which is the data that Facebook is going to use in order to optimize. So basically, if we're having a sale happening within the 7 days, Facebook is going to use the data from this sale to find more people, more purchases. The attribution is that if somebody clicked, then Facebook is going to attribute this sale to the person that clicked, even if 7 days passed, or if somebody viewed and didn't do anything in 1 day, as we can see here. If they convert, it's going to attribute the sale over here, if it's going to be able to find them. So we had the conversion, which is using this data to optimize. So we're saying that I want you to use the data from 7 days and 1 day view to optimize my ads and give me more sales. And the other one is that we're saying that the attribution model is that we're saying that I want you to attribute sales to these ads so that they can be used from the conversion window to optimize. And because from 28 days attribution we went to 7, these two were combined and they made the attribution setting over here that we have the option of using 1 day click, 1 day view, or 7 days click, 1 day view. Now we have this new thing over here. Let's click on it. Engaged view conversion are counted when a video ad is played for at least 10 seconds or 97% of its total length if it's shorter than 10 seconds. And someone takes an action within 1 day. For example, within 1 day, engaged viewer our system will learn from conversion that happened within 1 day and show ads to people most likely to convert in 1 day. So basically it says that if somebody sees the video without clicking, without doing anything, and clicking on after 12 seconds in a video, for example, and then he buys 5 hours later, Facebook is going to attribute the sale also here. I don't understand the difference between against view and view through. This is something that was going to happen anyway on the view through. But anyway, is this for images only? When someone sees your ad, doesn't click but takes an action. Yeah, I don't know why they did it like this, just the video one, maybe for some different placements, who knows. But as you can see over here, this is the setup that I would use because I want to have as many data as possible, as we said in the previous videos and the theory, because we want more data to continue optimizing. One last thing before we leave from here is that I want to explain a little bit the click, okay? A lot of times people think that the click, when it says click and it attributes a sale for a click, it's that when somebody clicks the link, it's not link click, it's click. It means that if you have an image and somebody clicks on the image or with the finger, that means that this is going to capture it, okay? Over here it says click through. Click through are counted when someone clicks your ad and takes an action with a set period of time. It doesn't say click your link. Okay, it's someone clicking, okay, even liking, commenting, it's considered clicking over here to the ad, just so that we can be clear about it. I forgot here that we didn't mention about those. There are other goals here that you can use is maximize number of landing page views, number of link clicks, daily unique reads, and number of impressions. None of those is going to give you sales. All of those are here for other reasons. You should not use them. You should not go for link clicks. You should not go for landing page views. Even if you have a new pixel, you have to always try to go for purchases. This is the event that we need to see, and this is how we need to train actually our pixel. So now that we know what are we using here, only these two options, and here the 7 days click, 1 day view, you can remove this one if you don't like it for a reason, but for me it's more data. Even if it gives another sale over here, it's good. Again, the click is not only clicking the call to action button, but in general when you click on the ad. And now we go to this one, which is the dynamic creative. I have done a video about dynamic creative and flexible ads. Flexible ads are not working so well right now, but maybe they're going to work in the future. And that means that there's going to be a dedicated chapter in the course about them. Here, this is the area that we were opening the dynamic creative. Back in the day, you couldn't start dynamic creative ads on the ad set level, but this is the area that you were putting, but they go away soon. There's nothing to discuss about that. This is something that's going to go away, and we have done a specific chapter about them. Budget and schedule. I have done a complete video explaining you why you should start your ads at 6 a.m. We have done that. And this is why you should always go, for example, the next day at 6:0, and here you press A here to change it. Here you press 0. You can go up and down with the arrows, and you can do this kind of stuff. If you come here, you can press back and forth. If you come here, you see you can play with the buttons, and you can increase it or decrease it like this with the arrows. If you click here and you press P, it's going to take you to PM, A, it's going to take you to AM. So this is how you change it. Set an end date is when you have an end date to put. I don't like to put, there's not conspiracy theory about that if you put an end date, it's going to, know when you want to finish your ads, it's going to steal you. No, it's not happening like this. But if for a reason you want to set an end date, just do it. Ad spending limits, okay? So this is something that I'm seeing a lot from people saying that, okay, I'm running a CBO campaign, which is going to distribute the budget between the ad sets, but I want to control it also, okay? So to me, it's like you're taking a car license, for example, and you're going to drive your car only in one block into your city, okay? It's like you're limiting yourself by doing that. The CBO campaign is there, and we want the CBO campaign to spend between the ad sets. We want the competition, we want all of that, and we don't want to intervene to ruin all of this magic that the Advantage Plus budget campaign, or the CBO campaign, as I like to call it, is doing. So putting over there spending limits is something that I never do, and I'm never going to do, because I know how to optimize a CBO campaign. If you don't know how to optimize a CBO campaign and you want to find a way to control a CBO, do it. But in the way that I'm teaching Facebook ads, I'm doing CBO optimization, so I don't have to go into that kind of spending limit over here. And at the end of the day, if you just want to put spending limit over here, you can just always do it maybe with cost caps and bid caps and try to control it. Or at the end of the day, you can always do it by doing ABO campaigns and control exactly how much you're going to spend in each of your assets. There is no reason for you to go and just put this kind of spending limits and stuff, because you open the Pandora's box of, trying to put the beast inside a cage. I like to let the beast go out and then optimize on the CBO. I'm not saying that you should just leave it like this, but we are optimizing. Doing it like this, I think that we're pretending that we know more than what we know about each ad set and how much it can spend and stuff. We don't have this kind of information to go and touch this kind of things, okay? Then we have budget scheduling, is what we explained earlier about the things that we said that you can do it. We will discuss about it on ABO, on how you can spend during specific hours more, okay? Then let's go to this, which is the audience controls, so that we can discuss a little bit about it. First of all, as you can see over here, by default, it's going to give us this option, which is the option that we have with Advantage Plus Audience. We have done a video explaining with the Advantage Plus Audience and why I don't like it right now. I'm pretty sure that on Trade Pixels is working pretty well. We are using it. I believe it's a little bit different on the way that it's being shown on the ASC, because it's working. Sometimes I'm seeing in other accounts the ASC working with this kind of Advantage Plus setting, but it's not working when we're using it on a normal CBO ABO campaign. So I don't know about it. Let's analyze a little bit on what we have here. The only control that we can have here, as you can see, is the minimum age, and if we can target United States or other countries, and if we want to exclude something, and the language. These are the only things that it's going to respect, okay? So even here, if you're going to put only people who speak Greek, it's going to respect it, okay? If you put all languages, even if you target here in somehow way, you're going to add some suggestions over here. For example, if you put over here, let's say 25, okay, and here you have 1865. Basically, it's not going to target from the audience from 25 to 18, because it's your hard control over here, okay? So this is your hard control. This is your suggestions, basically, okay? I'm suggesting you to do this. Try to find some people first with this and then expand to a broader audience. This is what the Advantage Plus audience is actually doing. And it says that it's going to try to expand, to try to find more sales and stuff. So whatever you do on this side over here, it's just going to be suggestions. This includes also over here the lookalikes. Okay, so let's put 10%. I don't have here because I'm doing ASC campaigns, I guess. So here you can put lookalike audiences, okay? You can put your lookalike audiences. You can put also custom audiences, depending on what kind of campaign you are going to do. And here you can put your age, your gender, and then you can put also a little bit of targeting like interest and all of that. And as I said again, this is going to be the suggestion. This is going to be the hard potential reach. So the other thing is that over here we are having suggestions for interest. We can do lookalikes, we can do the blender method, we can do other things as we discussed and stuff. You cannot do, for example, stack lookalikes 10% crazy method with the advanced plus audience. It has to be on the original audience because then it's going to expand it. You can try it as part of your strategy to see if it's going to work for you and you're going to find hot pockets, but for sure it's not the same thing. So advanced plus audience basically means that you put suggestions here and this is what you do over here. I don't use it right now a lot, but I'm pretty sure that eventually it's going to be something that is working really well. Over here, let's go to switch to original audience just to see what we have here. This is the original audience that we all loved and we all know. Of course, it's going to give you messages like this, trying to convince you to use it and stuff. Why do they do it though? They do it because they want you to use it so that the algorithm is going to get trained. Remember what we said about the soaps. The more people are going to use them, the more they're going to get better and more people are going to use them. So they try to train the algorithm with your money that you are actually spending. So what do we have here? We have an audience, and over here we can have a new audience, which is going to be, over here we're putting our custom audiences or lookalike audiences, whatever we want to have. Here it's the location, age, gender, advanced plus detailed targeting. Of course, we can use our different interests over here, and it's going to respect it, okay? So here if we put cut, let's see. So the estimated size right now of the broad targeting on the United States is 175 million, okay? If we put cut over here, this goes to 65 million, okay? Now, back in the day, we used to have a button over here, which was saying that, do you want to expand it or not, okay? And you can check it like this, for example, you could check it. Now, automatically it says, will expand your audience to include more people beyond your detailed targeting selection when it's likely to improve performance. So what does it mean? How it's going to actually expand this audience? Remember, we have 65 with the cut, and without the cut, we have 174. This is where it's going to expand it to the 175 more. So it's going to start with the cuts, it's going to expand. This is how the blender method has been created, if you remember from the previous chapters. But if I come here and I put, remember the previous that we were saying about the control. Our control is here. Whatever we're putting as control in broad, now we're having 104. If we put cut over here, it's going to start from 42 million this time, and it's going to expand it up to 104. It's not going to expand it to the full potential reach, which is 18 to 65 plus, which is 174. It's going to expand it to whatever we set here, which includes also the country, it includes also the age. If we put lookalikes with interest, it's going to expand it to the full demographics here, okay? So country, age, and gender is how it's going to expand it more. Now, what's the difference between this one and the other one that we have, the advanced plus audience? The other advanced plus audience is more aggressive, okay? Because you have less control. As you can see over here, you're not controlling the ages. For example, the previous one, I can set 40 to 65 years old only. Here I can set only a minimum age and it goes up to 25. I cannot go more than that. I can exclude some audiences. I can put languages and country. I cannot put different genders, for example. I cannot put different ages, which were helping me a lot in the other audience to expand it to other numbers. And now the next question which comes is, yes, but let's say that you're using that, okay, and you're not having 30 to 45 plus, for example, and only women. Let's say that you are having also broad. Why the other one is not working? The answer is I don't know. I think it's because it's a new feature and it's not working yet pretty well. And I think that it's going to work in the future. But as it stands now, no, it's not working pretty well. And I don't know when it's going to work, but I'm sure that it's going to that they're going to make it work like so many other features that they have made work in the platform.